Okay, let's begin. Hello again. Just a couple of quick admin notes before we start. First, we're recording the webinar. We'll aim to get you the recording by tomorrow, so you can forward it to anybody who may be interested. Second, please feel free to ask any questions. All you have to do is click the questions button and then type in your questions. Raanan will talk for about 30 minutes, so he'll have plenty of time afterwards to answer your questions. So with that, I'm very happy to introduce Raanan Cohen, Bring CEO. Raanan is a serial entrepreneur who was previously CEO of MobileMax, which he took public. Raanan co-founded Bring 4 years ago and has been leading its success ever since. Raanan, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Tamar. So, hi everyone. I'm Raanan in the little square on your corner, CEO and co-founder of Bring. So, at this session, I'll plan to share our experience and insights from providing logistics to customers all around the world, various verticals, e-commerce, food delivery, logistics, and we'll take it from there. So I'll cool down the video for now and let's get started. So I want to start with something that I keep reminding ourselves and the team and everyone that the real world does not really care too much about logistics, technology, supply chain. Today, customers with the ongoing growth of e-commerce, etc., they want very simple things. They want to receive their package as fast and frictionless as possible. So this is where we are coming from, and when we are defining Bring as a customer-centric logistics platform, we took the position of looking at the customers in today's world, what they're requiring, and from there derived what a logistics platform should look like. I'll get to that later, but I want to start with some trivial background on how generic deliveries, products change, things that are pretty straightforward, but just to run through. So, okay, so in the beginning, right, we had products, we had commodities, so people were just happy to go to the markets, consume the products, and enjoy them. Life was very simple back then. And as the industries matured, so suppliers, vendors, brands started to look into ways how to differentiate their products and how to stand out in the competition. So we started seeing things as features, right? We all know this from our TVs, phones, even food. Features came on, new capabilities, enhanced feature sets, etc. Until at a certain point, these features are also becoming commoditized. We can see this back in days of products that had a roadmap and rollouts, like desktop phones. We see this in TVs. We're starting to see this in mobile phones, obviously in food, etc. At a certain point, the products themselves become commoditized, and then we're jumping into the next step. That it's not only about the product, but it's about the service. So when consumers or business customers are looking at a specific product, it's not only about the specific taste of the coffee, but it is about the entire service behind how they receive this coffee. Now, jumping fast forward to today's world. So in today's world, with the growth of e-commerce, online ordering, etc., the part of the delivery, the service, the part of receiving the product is becoming at least as important as the product itself, right? We are seeing this, that items are becoming more commoditized. People are less loyal to brands. And when we want to order something, whether it's food, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, a great part of our decision-making process is how fast, how frictionless, and how convenient can I get it. So we are seeing this as something that is becoming more and more critical. Obviously, Amazon has took it to the next level. Launching Amazon Prime just 10 years ago, a 48-hour delivery service, was a revolution. These days, we have a next day, same day, Amazon Now. So things are being pushed to the limit, and customers are receiving capabilities that they weren't available before. So what we are seeing in this disruption, which market analysts and researchers see as one of the great disruptions that is going on, is we see two forces that are combining together that are changing our entire industry. One is customers that are becoming more sophisticated, more demanding, raising the bar of what is needed to satisfy the customer needs. And on the other hand, we see a strong force coming from these new highly funded technological service providers, the Amazons of the world, each in their own industry. These companies coming from very innovative technological developments are releasing to the markets new service standards and actually challenging the existing brands and the rest of the world to level up. So customers are more demanding, and on the other hand, these new Amazons of the world are coming in and providing alternatives. This is creating some kind of a perfect storm where, following this disruption wave, which is starting now and will take in the next few years, a few years from now, we will see in the market players that have adopted these kind of capabilities, and probably the ones that could not match these new service criteria will need to find a new direction. So I want to touch a few elements of what is this new, what are these new standards that are required in today's world. And these are just examples of capabilities that are required and becoming more standard. So I'll touch the connectivity and how to interact with customers, visibility, both from an operational point of view and from a customer's transparency point of view, and of course the operational efficiency that is required today in order to be sustainable and make the economics work. So visibility is something, providing visibility to customers is something that is very subjective. So when we talk with customers, with our customers, whether it's logistics companies, retailers, restaurant, QSRs, food delivery, etc., the initial reply that we get is that we update our customers. Our customers have visibility. And then when we deep dive into that, we see various solutions to how do we reduce the anxiety of the customer waiting for something to arrive. So obviously there is emails. We're seeing customers receiving emails. There's call centers. There's text messages. There are many ways that are considered ways to provide visibility to customers. Now, the thing is that the standard, again, is gone up, and Uber provided us a great example to that. If in the past we used to interact with taxi providers by calling them and asking and waiting unknowingly, Uber really, and Lyft and the similar companies, they released to the world a new way to provide the customers visibility. Whether it's real-time on the map while it's coming in, whether it's easier way to communicate. So in today's world, we see it with our customers. We want to have the ability to have even mass personalization capabilities, meaning to almost each and every persona, we want to provide the visibility in a different manner. From simple examples like first-time users versus repeating users, to a more advanced way of providing customers based on their preferred visibility preferences. Some customers would like to receive what we call a tap on the shoulder early on the day or the day before when it is scheduled to be dispatched. Others want, it's very important for them to see the last mile in real time, to be able to manage their time in this while it's heading their way. So visibility is becoming a key element from the customer's requirements, and taking that also into the operational world. In today's architectures, we see our customers managing various delivery channels, whether it's internal fleets, third parties, sometimes crowdsource, etc. There is a matrix of channels that are delivering, and the challenge is, how do we have real-time visibility over these various channels? So this visibility element has operational implications and customer-facing implications as well. So communication is also key in today's world. So the number one friction point with customers is phone calls. Customers today are looking for smoother, frictionless ways to communicate. This could be done based on text, on applications, on feedback, etc. We need to provide our customers different ways to communicate with us, and enable us to analyze these inputs and provide information back in a more sophisticated way. So communication is also a key element. Getting feedback from customers is also an interesting element to that. Again, most of the companies, most of the enterprise, they realize the value of feedback, and we hear, for example, many answers like, okay, we do surveys, or we send emails. Now, these are things that were good enough a few years ago. In today's world, we want to have the capabilities of receiving real-time feedback, immediately close to the experience. We want to be able to handle and to act upon this feedback, whether with our employees or contractors or with the customers. We want to be able to collect feedback based on customer behavior. Today, again, once we digitalize the delivery and supply chain process, we analyze different KPIs, different performance indicators within the flow to retrieve from that what was the service level in this specific transaction. So we are looking for these kind of capabilities, again, in order to have them in real time and to be able to act upon them. Now, these are, again, a few examples of how do we provide a customer service, a delivery operation that levels up with today's Amazon's world. Now, this is not enough. So providing frictionless, fast, convenient delivery operation is great. However, we need to make the economics work and have it sustainable. And in order to do that, we need to have very high operational capabilities. So again, looking back at Amazon, what they have developed with their platform is the ability to have an orchestration platform that orchestrates different delivery channels in real time and is able to make real-time decisions in order to optimize the delivery channel, whether it's an on-demand delivery or whether it's a scheduled delivery. So we have like what we call our two North Stars that are defining our direction. On one hand, we have the optimal customer experience, frictionless, convenient, etc. On the other hand, we have under the hood the operational efficiencies and optimizations that enable us to provide this kind of service level in a cost-effective manner. This angle. So what we are looking today for is combining these two dimensions. One is the customer-facing element, providing this optimal customer experience, frictionless, etc. The second one is having the operational capabilities that enable us to have a sustainable operation, to have this real-time operational optimization. So we have this operational efficiencies and the optimal customer experience. Now, all this is done, and when you look at Amazon and what they're built in this context, is done through technology. They have the technology platform that enables them to provide their customers this optimal customer experience while having real-time visibility and real-time decision-making process in order to be efficient. So when you are looking at this kind of operation, what we are looking at is in today's modern delivery architecture. So on one hand, we have multiple delivery channels, multiple resources. We can use 3PLs, we can use internal fleet, we can use contractors, crowdsource. Eventually, this last mile is hyper-local, right? We need the package to arrive to the customer. Now, in order to be efficient, we need to have more than one vendor in place. So it came to a point where enterprises have multiple channels, multiple vendors on one hand, while on the other hand, we want to provide our customers a coherent customer experience, right? So this is where the need came for having a mediation layer. It's kind of, you can look at it as an operating system for deliveries, where you can plug and play different delivery resources. Again, these could be internal, external, and in various models. And this operation system abstracts the delivery channels, the fulfillment channels, from the customers. So this enables, just like an operating system on our PCs, it enables to have real-time operational visibility over the entire operation. It enables to make real-time decision processes on dispatching, on handling returns, and optimizing. And optimizing can be, optimizing is also a big word. Optimizing in our context has a context-based element. We can optimize for price, which is the most cost-effective channel at this specific time. We can optimize for time, which is the fastest one. We can optimize for service level, and we can add additional rules that all will be analyzed in real time based on real data in order to make decisions. So this is taking it to the operational side. On the other hand, we provide the customers a visibility and a customer experience regardless of who is doing the actual delivery fulfillment. So kind of when you think about it, when you order from Amazon, I know when I order from Amazon, in my mind, I don't really have a sense of who is doing the actual deliveries, whether it's FedEx, UPS, or a local delivery company, or an Amazon guy. In my mindset, I have the perception that Amazon is delivering it to me, and Amazon is communicating it to me, while Amazon is abstracting the actual fulfillment channel from me as a customer. This is the kind of a solution that Bring enables, putting in the Bring platform as a mediation layer, managing the various delivery resources while owning the communications with the customer. What we're also realizing, we see that with our customers, is that there is, at this phase of the industry, we see that many enterprises are starting to realize the importance of owning this last mile customer interaction and customer delivery experience. Few of our customers used to use external services such as Uber and others, obviously using Amazon as a channel. Eventually, you understand that in today's world and where the industry is going, having the direct customer interaction is key. This is probably the window of the online world, the delivery, and you want to own it. Own it whether by a virtual way, an assetless way of having a digital platform and enabling the direct consumer interaction, or on the other side of the spectrum, having your own internal resources and managing them in an optimal manner. In any case, in today's world, in order to be able to have this optimized and dynamic configuration, that's where the need to put it in place, a platform that aggregates or orchestrates the operation comes from. So just a few examples of a platform like that, again, which is pretty similar to the capabilities and architecture that Amazon developed internally. So like an operating system, it has various modules that come with it, from customer applications, web applications that do not require any installation. In our world, customers that are waiting for their deliveries can receive a message by text or mail saying, hey, customer, your package is heading your way. This is a fully customized message with a link. Pressing on the link opens on their mobile browser a screen similar to an Uber-like screen where they can track in real time, they can communicate, they can send a message or any other ways of communication with the delivery as it's coming their way. We have SDKs for implementing this kind of experience within a native app. So enterprises that have their own mobile app for customers can embed this kind of experience, and in that way, and in many cases, we support a hybrid solution where some of the customers receive the experience in a mobile app where they have it installed. Others that do not have the mobile app can receive the same customer experience and have the interaction. Another important element is a courier app or a driver app, enabling the couriers to receive the tasks, to go around their day, to have entire capabilities on proof of delivery, chain of custody, collect signatures, scan, take pictures, etc. Now, this can be used again with third parties and contractors or internal fleet, crowdsource, employees. It can integrate with existing GPS solutions. This handles the driver side, enables tracking of all the driver's operation. Additional applications and models that come with the platform are dispatch and tracking capabilities. So just like a control tower, you can see the entire operation. You can configure the dispatch modules, whether it's automatic, manual, based on distance, based on teams, etc. The entire system is designed to be an alert-based system, meaning the dispatcher or the operations team do not need to constantly monitor the maps and manually follow the operation. I mean, they can do that, but the normal work function is that this dispatcher receives alerts when an action is required. For example, if someone is about to be late, if there is a delivery that is out of the geofencing area, etc. Additional applications are for managing front warehouses, dark warehouses. We see applications such as delivering from stores or from other front warehouse capabilities. So the entire platform comes with these various modules. It can be used as is. It is modular, meaning if there are specific elements that are already utilized, the Bring platform integrates with them, and it's an API-based platform, so it's open. It's relatively easy to integrate. It's all the customer-facing elements, of course, are branded to your branding and look and feel. And it is designed to be relatively painless launch process. I mean, we have customers from big companies like the Coca-Cola company, Panera Bread, Just Eat, and others that started the first deliveries on the ground, small scale, in a matter of weeks. We have other mid-market, mid-sized companies around the world using Bring, where following a few days or a couple of weeks managed to get something up and running. We strongly believe in getting an operation on the ground, piloting in a certain area, a very lean but fast, starting the rollout, collecting the data points as we grow, configuring, customizing based on the actual needs, and going with a continuous rollout. This is something we've been very successful with our customers. Rather than going into a long-term 9, 12, 15 months plan, starting something very fast, very painless, and taking it from there. So to summarize, and connect it to the Bring context, the place we're coming from is that we are seeing that service levels and capabilities such as the ones developed and released to the market by Amazon are creating a big threat or opportunity to the existing brands from various industries. This is done mainly through the capabilities developed using their technology, and this is where we come in. So enabling brands to have similar capabilities, similar delivery capabilities, both on the customer side and on the operational side, enabling orchestrating various delivery channels, various delivery models, and starting it today in a very fast and frictionless manner. So this is where we're coming from. So I'll pause here, and I'll be happy to take any questions or elaborate on any specific topics that you would like.
Thanks, Ranan. First of all, apologies to everybody for the slight technical glitches. Hope you stayed with us anyway. We got a few questions from the audience. Please feel free to ask any more. Again, there's a Q&A button at the bottom. Click it, add your question, and Ranan will answer them. So I've got 4 questions so far. Let's see how many we get through. Ranan, the first question is everything you discussed, how is it related to companies that have their own fleet or to those who are assetless? What's the difference in implementation between the 2 classes of companies?
Okay, so that's a good question. So today we see a variety of architectures. We see retailers and companies that are totally assetless, using mainly third parties, whether it's the big 3PLs or others. On the other side of the spectrum, we have companies that have their own fleet and rely on that. And in the middle, we see companies that have a mixture of having some kind of their own, whether contracted or not, while using externals. And actually, we're starting to see this more and more, especially to cover peak times, SLAs, etc. So as we see it, and we have customers in the various architectures, the common need, regardless if you have your own assets or regardless if you're an assetless operation, the common need is to wrap the entire operation and to enable to have this visibility and to extract it to the customers. So to have a direct customer relationship. We see even very big customers, very big enterprises that previously used to be in the dark when products were delivered outside their ecosystem using partners. Obviously, the interaction with the customers, where are the packages, when are they arriving, etc. So having this full visibility is applicable whether you're totally assetless and using contractors or external 3PLs, or whether you have your own fleet or a mix of the both.
Thanks, Ranan. I have a related question that just came in. If you don't have or own or control a fleet, how can you optimize the price or the time for deliveries through third parties or whichever way you choose to deliver your goods?
Okay, so this is the direction we are seeing. I mean, previously companies had agreements, they had in place 3PLs or delivery companies that each would ship in a certain area, probably, and this was a static environment. Here, what we are enabling, and again, going back to what Amazon developed internally, we are enabling to have a layer that aggregates different channels, that enables adding multiple channels. So you can have your main 3PL and you can have local delivery companies in place, and you can even have a crowdsource or an employee-based alternative. So you put on your grid various channels, and the platform enables real-time decision-making on which is the optimized one, and you can change, add, and adjust while the wheels are in motion. So meaning if you want to try and use a new partner in a certain city, you can just plug them into the system and start diverting deliveries to this partner. If you want to replace or add, this mediation layer enables you to have this flexibility. And once you have these multiple options, that's where the optimization comes. Obviously, the full control above that. And this is something that in order to be achieved, you need to have this kind of a platform that enables dynamic architectures.
Okay, another question that came in, a very interesting one too. The experience of Amazon is one driver of their platform. Another is pricing and their willingness to cut margins. So the question is, who takes the margin erosion when implementing our products? So is it Bring, logistics partners, retailers? How do we handle that part of the process?
Oh. Okay, so this is a semi-philosophical question. So where are the margins, or the question about free shipping? So obviously there is a cost to deliver. Now, where this cost goes, it could be free to the customer, but it's never free. There is a cost. Now, the way to drive down the cost, I mean, the simple answer is to increase the efficiency, right? We want to increase the number of orders that the delivery channel does per hour, per day. We want to be able to optimize on-demand requirements, whether it's fixing mistakes, whether it's returns. So the challenge that we're trying to face is how do we reduce this cost? We are coming from the angle that has probably two dimensions to the answer. One is having real-time visibility and real-time decision-making process, right? So if we know in real time that this delivery can be delivered by this channel in a more cost-effective way, this is something that we can do today, while yesterday we didn't have this data. We couldn't have done it. So one is this real-time decision-making process and delivery process. The second one is by creating multiple options, right? So once we have this platform that enables to onboard various solutions, it enables us to be very dynamic and flexible. We can even have different channels for different cities, or even for different neighborhoods, or even for different products. We can just onboard them We also have in the platform a rating system to ensure the service quality. And so this kind of system enables us to be more comfortable onboarding new partners. Having multiple channels, multiple partners, again, it all translates to reducing our cost and getting it back on the margin. So again, zooming out a bit, so this connects with the what we are trying to achieve. Again, so the customers, again, don't really care about these issues, right? They have an alternative that is coming up from these new guys, these Amazons. So this is something mandatory. We need to level up with this kind of service level. Now, in order to survive and to keep our margins, we need to come up with these efficiencies and optimizations and dynamic architecture. So this is where it adds up.
Thanks, Ranan. I think we have time for one final question. This is something I think on everybody's minds. How does the sharing economy affect the logistics and delivery markets?
Okay, so this is something we're also seeing many brands that are experimenting with, from using or launching various crowdsourcing solutions to having the capability of utilizing similar or same delivery channels for multiple products or multiple brands. For example, one of our European partners that has a cross-European operation has delivery partners all around Europe. These partners, in the daytime, they can deliver food. In other times, they can deliver other products. So this is becoming another channel. In the US, also, one of our nationwide customer is using external crowdsourced services in order to comply at peak times with SLAs. So this kinds of enables more elastic capabilities to the delivery operations. Do I believe that this will take over and this is something that will be the main or the only channel? I don't think. I don't think there will be one playbook or one channel. Actually, the operations will become more sophisticated, more complicated. We'll see drones coming in, robots coming in, autonomous cars coming in. There will be more channels for delivering, and there won't be a one model takes it all. Different delivery options based on SLAs, based on cities, rural areas, etc. So the sharing economy is also another dimension. What we do need is we need to have the capabilities to leverage on such models. So if there are specific cities or areas that have good crowdsource or sharing options, we need to be able to integrate with them, to put them on our ecosystem, and to leverage on that. And we have several customers that are doing that, so it's pretty interesting.
Thanks, Ranan. Actually, I have one more quick question that just came in, which is interesting, I'm sure, to a lot of people. So the question is, 3PL or driver fleets have different clients. Is our tool specific for Bring clients? Is there any friction for these operators? So
can you repeat the question? I'm not sure I heard it correctly.
So if 3PL or driver fleets have different clients, is our tool specific for our clients? only our clients can use it, others can use it? And is there any friction for these operators when dealing with these kinds of situations?
Okay, no, so our platform is agnostic, and Bring is not a marketplace. Bring is an enabling platform that can be utilized in various models. So 3PLs can use them for their own need. Actually, we have 3PLs using our platform, FedEx and others, and Bring is designed to be able to provide our customers different experiences. So if it's a 3PL providing to various customers, obviously these customers will have the 3PL branding, and each one could be branded to their own. So we do not mix and match. However, we can, meaning if there is a retailer that is totally assetless, that is looking not only for the enabling platform to come up with such an operation, but is also looking for potentially 3PLs or delivery channels that are already integrated with Bring. We do connect the dots, and it works in both directions. So customers that are looking for 3PLs, 3PLs are looking for customers. So we can enable that. So again, to summarize, the platform is totally agnostic. We can configure it. Depending on the case, we can provide this connection or not.
Okay, thanks so much, Ranan. That was great. We're done with the webinar, but again, we're available at any time. Email us, sales@Bring or marketing@Bring, info@Bring. We've got lots of options. Go to our website. We have a contact us form. We'll be happy to hear any feedback we have regarding the webinar, any questions you may have, additional questions you may have about Bring, about the market. Always happy to talk to anyone. So thank you for attending. We really appreciate it. And we hope to see you again in our next webinar.